my family moved over to Ireland in 1974 from Nigeria and popped out a load of kids, and I was one of them. Now, I sound like this, but...
Stereotypes and the way the world works, you just don't expect a Nigerian guy to have a pure Irish accent.
Yeah, when I was 19, I got offered trials to come over to England to play football. When I was rugby, I was going to do rugby or fight in the UFC. My mental attitude is like, I'm going to play for Ireland, or I'm going to be the best fighter in the world. I got like 50,000 followers of just geezer. And I'd be walking down the street and somebody go, "Did you get them pigeons?" And I'd be like, "What?" "Yeah, them pigeon wars."
Break down how you make a viral video. Like, break down for me how that works for you, so that my audience can understand how you structure a video so that you can give it its best opportunity of going viral.
To go viral. So yeah, you have.
So that together we have clarity, direction, and success way beyond what we ever previously thought possible. Here's your host, Frankie Lee.
Do me a solid favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment below this video. Quick one for you guys before we jump into this podcast. If you're looking to remove images, videos, search results, or fake accounts online, go to contentremoval.com. But don't take my word for it. Here's some music.
Frank, you're a fucking legend. I just saw this. Layla also thinks you're a legend, which in my mind means you're... which means you're a double legend in my mind. If you get my wife to think you're a legend, then you're extra cool in my mind. Dude, thank you so much, genuinely. That was such a pain.
Ooh.
You didn't even let me do the intro before you did it. Paul Olima, the Black Sabbath, the legend, the athlete, the content creator. He's on. He's
mate,
on like Donkey Kong.
Don't stop, bro. Come on, man. Mate. I'm ready for some more.
You wouldn't even let me start. You wouldn't even let me start the intro before you started bantering me. Mate, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, it's been a long time coming.
It has.
Mate, let's just talk your whole journey, right? Because let's face it, right? Let's face it, yeah. If you guys look at a video of Paul, you never expect an Irish accent out of
No, you
guy.
don't, do you? If you're listening to this, you're probably thinking I'm a pasty, white, red-haired fella. You know what I mean? But no, not at all. I'm black as black as they come. Yeah, so basically my family moved over to Ireland in 1974 from Nigeria and popped out a load of kids, and I was one of them. And yeah, and now I sound like this, but I don't look like.
But you've had a hell of a journey though, because obviously growing up in Ireland, probably the only black kid at school.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
that I seen until I was like 15.
Really? So you didn't
see any black kid, except for my family, until I was like 15. And I was like, oh God. And I was like, who's that? I was like, what's this? Is this? It's crazy, isn't it? I seen one other black bear. I remember. I was like, whoa. And that's probably how everybody felt when they seen me in school. You know what I mean? When I was going around, because because of stereotypes and the way the world works, you just don't expect a Nigerian guy to have a pure Irish accent. Just not the game you expect. No.
But you obviously growing up for you, was it hard growing up for you in that environment?
Yeah, so Dublin was there's two things about Dublin. If you're good at sports and you're good at fighting, you're left alone. So I was really I excelled.
You love
at
a fight,
sports, and I love fighting. Well, I think it's not that I love. I think I learned in Ireland made me by the time I was 18, I probably had 300 fist fights. But it's like I think I always say my dad. I think it was in school. I went to like senior. I was like 4 years of age, and I went to school. I went to an Irish school, and I remember somebody said, "You black bastard" to me. And I was thinking to myself, "Fuck." I don't know what to do here. But I went home and I told my dad, and my dad said, if anyone ever says that again, punched him up. And I remember I went into school the next day. He didn't say it again, but I punched him up. And I put fear into the rest of the class that just got me respect. So then I was thinking to myself, I know what to do. Every time anybody says anything, fight them. And if I fight them, you kind of get respect. And that's in Ireland. It's kind of like, if you're ready to go to war, or if you're ready to go to battle, or you can't win, lose or draw, you get respect. So yeah, it was just always like if somebody say something, I just had to fight them.
I think in Ireland, it's just a thing that you boxing, fighting,
football,
Jiu-Jitsu,
yeah.
It's like that's the whole game, isn't it? Like even when you think of like people like Conor McGregor and it's a real culture.
It's a culture.
It's ingrained in it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I think I moved over to England and I got in a fight before, and somebody was talking about going to the police. I was like, what? Because in Ireland, like, you fight everybody and nobody ever talks about pressing charges or, do you know, like, you take a hammer and if you took a hammer and you just go home with the hammer and you took, or you put it, like, you know, it'd just be like, what's happened, or Paul fought him, and, or, do you know what I mean? It's just kind of, it was like that, and then I came to England and people are like, oh, you might get pressing charges. I was like, whoa, hold on a second. What happened to honour? What happened to the honour of just fighting somebody in the street? But
because normally when you have a disagreement with another man, you just dust it off. You fight each other. There's no kicking each other on the floor. Right? It's just until the first man goes down. You pick each other up. You dust each other. You shake hands. You walk away.
You go away.
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not, is it?
Me and Olima are secretly celebrating. I just want to tell you all, because this is Olima's first IFS so far, and he's got to go till about 8 o'clock tonight. and if Olima gets to 8 o'clock tonight, I've said to him I'm going to buy him 12 pints of Guinness, because he's got to his first ever IFS finale and not fought anyone.
And not fought one person. That's great. I've been to, what, 4 IFSs and not fought anybody. It's been wonderful.
And you got a fully winning record as well, I hear.
Yeah, oh, mate, it's great. Yeah, I've just it's just what I do, isn't it? IFS. Oh, okay, fight somebody.
You're the only one. You're the only one at the fitness summit that's gone 3-0. Like, you know what I'm saying, mate?
Oh no, no. I think you kind of grow out of it, don't you?
Yeah.
I think I've always had to. I think it's like just ingrained in you to confrontations, like how to deal with them, or if somebody says something, or how to deal with it. And if you do it enough times, then it just
it's a very English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh thing.
Yeah,
it's like in the UK, I think, you know, it's so competitive. It's like, you know, even when you're trying to go out on the dating scene, like if you can't talk to her, if you can't introduce yourself to a woman, you're fucked. It's just not, you're not going to get a second chance. That's why we all banter the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
Like, or it's just
abuse.
In other countries, it's classed as abuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like in England, it's like normal life because it's raining, so you got to be happy, haven't you?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
But when did you start getting into like the sports and taking that seriously?
Yes, again, when I was going through school, I was playing football during school, and I was pretty good at it. I was playing up front for like Shamrock Rovers, and they're like
big club in Ireland.
In Ireland, yeah. And when I was 19, I got offered trials to come over to England to play football. I came over to West Ham first. I was terrible, so I got released real quickly. Then I went. I just went to trials, and people were just much better than me. I thought I was amazing, and I was good, but there was just people that were better than me. You know, when you can just see that these kids are talented. I can still be a footballer and play lower leagues. So I ended up going to Scunthorpe United, Bristol Rovers, Dagenham and Redbridge, playing reserve football. Barnet, ended up playing in the Conference Premier, which is the 5th tier, and then 6th tier. And I was thinking to myself, like, I was also playing rugby in school. So I was really good at rugby. And all the people I was running over in school were now playing for Ireland. So my big thing was to sing Our on the Veen, like the Irish national anthem. I've just wanted to belt, because I just wanted to belt it out as like really proud black Irish lad singing Our on the Veen every word, because he done Gaeilge in school, do you know what I mean? I can speak the language, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I really wanted to do that. So that was football, and I thought I was going to play for Ireland when I moved over. I didn't. Then I was like, okay, when I was around 27, I'm going to play rugby. I'm going to be a professional rugby player. So then I left football and I went and started playing rugby. I went to Esher, which is a National 1 team. So, and then like I was playing A-League, which is like a reserve league for Harlequins, which are in the Premiership. So I was like, you know what, Paul, you don't know where to stand. You can't catch a high ball, but don't worry, over the years you'll pick it up.
So what age were you at this point then? Because obviously you've already played football at a professional level. Now you're pivoting into rugby.
To go to rugby, yeah. I think it was 27, 28. But I was like, you know what, Paul, don't worry about it. 2 years of this and you're going to be absolutely mustard. And you'll get to sing Out on the Veen playing for Ireland. And then I was playing National 1 rugby. I think you can't really, unless I was an absolute, like I'm very athletic, but I'm not a gazelle enough to just be, okay, let's put him in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not Jonah Lomu, do you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was just going to get in. But then we had the Ireland 7s, And I was like, this is my chance. And Irish Sevens I was a part of an exiles group, which is the people that lived in England that were Irish. We played sevens, and it was the Irish exiles, and then we played against Leinster, Munster, Connacht, all the provinces, and we battered every province. And I think I scored around 10 tries in the trials. I was running over everybody. And at the end, I was like, I've made the Irish 7 squad. I was like, okay, like, see you later, gaffer. When I was leaving, then I get an email saying that I didn't make the squad, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I think because I was 30 at the time, and they were trying to probably get the youth,
younger ones.
I was absolutely fuming. So that was like my last chance to sing out on the V, and like for the national, I was like, I'm just gonna stop all this rugby shit and just play it and get a few quid on the weekend. And yeah, that was it. That's the sport in life.
But when you obviously quit sport, what did you have to focus on after that?
Yeah, so with the sport, I think it quit me. I signed for a team called Old Elthamians. I think the owner made the chip and pin.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. But yeah, so loaded. And I was like, okay, be a bit of a mercenary, get a bit of money and go there. So I went there and I tore my tricep tendon in a tackle. And every time I played again, I could just feel it going and going and going. So then I was like, you know what? And I was doing social media at the same time, and I had a job at Lucasade. And I think the Lucasade job I lost the Lucasade job because I couldn't run or I couldn't do anything because of that. Yeah. But the Lucasade job was more money than I'd make a whole year playing rugby. And I was thinking to myself, I was doing these jobs like sports choreography, and I was doing all these jobs, and I was like, why am I playing rugby? It's because of the love, isn't it? It's not. But like, sport has always been like helped me financially. I was like, it's not actually worth it. Let me just stop doing all that and start wearing wigs every day. Right? Yeah. And that's what I did. But now it's Jiu-Jitsu. I think Jiu-Jitsu is my thing now. That's keeping me sane.
Yeah. It's so competitive, innit? I mean, I've done 3 sessions of Jiu-Jitsu. Obviously, I'm a white belt, obviously, but like, I'm looking forward to getting back into a bit of a routine when I get back to Australia and start proper taking it seriously, because it's such a good sport, isn't it? It's
amazing, and I think it's a game of chess with somebody's life. So you get the exhilarating feeling of having somebody's arm in an arm bar, or you're choking somebody out and they you know what I mean? You get that, but as well, it's kind of the flow of how you move and stuff. It's something that I'm going to do my whole life. Like,
I bet there was no greater feeling than when you got your first white stripe on your belt.
Yeah, mate, a big smile. Like a Cheshire cat, I was going up to the top. You've got no stripes yet.
Mate, nothing.
Mate, you just do it, man. I cannot
I've done 3 sessions. I've literally done 3 sessions.
It's fuck. Yeah, why? No gi or gi? Oh,
gi.
Good man. Yeah. Just go. Just all I can say is just
that no gi thing looks well fast.
No, it's like wrestling, isn't it? No gi's like wrestling. Yeah.
Imagine wrestling someone in a sauna. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's fast, mate. It is
fast. Pace, yeah.
And I see how Smith moves around people now as like he's a purple belt, isn't he? So I see the way he moves people and puts them in a triangle, and even the way he like takes people's ankles and just puts them in a little bit of a lock.
Yeah.
That little ankle lock.
Yeah.
That can ruin the biggest dude in the world.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think that's the beauty of jits. It's like sometimes like somebody will be beating you at the top. If I just grab your leg and I do Juji Katami, the single leg. Sorry, I'm doing the Japanese word. Sorry. Anyway, I can get you down to the floor, and I have a single leg. I can like put a heel hook in, like an ankle lock. There's so many, like, you know what I mean, for straight leg. Mate, there's so many things I can do to your leg. Then I win the fight. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke.
It's not just that for me. It's like when I was around boxing and stuff, the community was good in that, but you're opening yourself up to like head trauma, you're opening yourself up to your like miles on your eyes, you're opening yourself up to lots of different things, and there's no such thing as like easy sparring in a boxing gym. Like, everyone's ego gets involved and everyone starts pounding the fuck out of you, and it just starts to escalate.
Yeah. But
with jiu-jitsu, it's not only is it a more controlled environment where you can actually learn something. When someone taps you out, they teach you how they did it.
They do, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? And there's not as much ego in it. Ego in it.
And the thing is, even now, if I'm like rolling with somebody and he's terrible, I don't want to tap them. I'm like, or if they're tired, I can feel when people, their heart gives out. A lot of people love it. I don't. If I can't, so like if I'm rolling with somebody and they're fucking tired, I'm like, I'll put them in a position. I was like, how'd you get out of this? And then I'll make them get out and I'll put them, so they're using fitness, but I'm like, I could pass here, but what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no point in winning this. So it is kind of, your ego goes out the window and you just want to help them. Because I'd rather get up with you after it and clap your hands and go, and you go, thank you, know what I mean? Thank you, you learned something, or, what's the point of me beasting? So, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because like any black belt can just get hold of you and just
exactly,
put you anywhere. And they could even be a small black belt and they could still do it.
Yeah. It's like, Freddie. Fred he's a purple belt, and I was like, this is even though he's better than me, there's no way I'm going to put my full strength into trying to hurt, even though he's going to probably choke me out. It's kind of like a respect thing. I'm not going to learn it, and if I'm trying to put him in a headlock, but then you learn from flowing. It's just I could talk about jits all day. I found something. Thanks Darren and James for bringing that to my life.
Was it hard for you at the start to kind of let your ego go from being a top sportsman anyway, like to get into
being the bitch?
Yeah.
I when I was rugby, I was going to do rugby or fight in the UFC. My mental attitude is like, I'm going to play for Ireland, or I'm going to be the best fighter in the world. So I was going to a gym called London Shoe Fighters in Park Royal, because I was going to start doing mixed martial arts, and there was a class called wrestling submission, and I was like 110 kilo when I went into the class. And I was like, I'm going to fuck up everybody here. Because I'm a big lad, and I see all the people with their ears. I'm like, so what? Like, I just think I'm the best athlete in the world. I'm like, and I remember they fucked me up. They put me with a Jiu-Jitsu lad, and he was 60 kilo, and he made me tap like 5 times in 5 minutes. And he was going for me. And then after, I did the wrestling class, and I was slamming this fella on the floor, but he always ended up on top of me. And after around 2 or 3 sessions, my ego was gone, and I just went to the fella that I had double underhooks. I went, mate, I'm dragging you to the floor here. How come you're on top of me? And he looked around to the whole class, and they all went, way! I was like, what? They're like, we've been waiting for you to leave your ego at the door before anybody helped you. We were just going to fucking keep beating you up until you did it. I was like, that is amazing. Because I wasn't asking questions, I was just sitting there ready to fucking... And they were like, hey, I was just getting beaten up. And I was like, mate, can you tell me? And so now when I started jiu-jitsu again, I was like the best student in the world. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't want... my ego was gone. As soon as I hit that mat, white belt, I was like, that's cool with me. I have no ego at all towards it.
I think even like the blue, the purples, the black belts, they all treat themselves like they're white belts as well. And I think that's the whole beauty of that sport.
Except for purple belts are wankers. They don't even warm up, man. They don't even do the warm-ups anymore.
But when did you start taking social media content seriously?
Yeah, so with social media content, I think I was sponsored by Maxi Muscle.
Can we just say, this is the geezer whose body was on the tub.
2 of the tubs.
2 of the tubs. So you know how Maxi Muscle's a big con of a supplement. Yeah. That you got him because Olima fucking put you in there.
I'm a con man. What can I say? Maxi Muscle are great. No, Maxi Muscle were brilliant for me. But yeah, I was sponsored by Maxi Muscle. And I was doing loads of gym posts, look at me lifting. And I do a lifting video, and I was lifting heavier. So like I do a 300 kg plus deadlift, and the comments were like, oh, beast, oh, you're a beast, And I was thinking to myself, what's that? It's just ego. It's just my ego. Oh, thanks for boosting my ego. Like I do love lifting, and if I do but I was like, it's not really me. But I was also doing little skits. Like I did my first one in 2015 or something like that. But I was doing one a year, or 2 a year. And then I did one August bank holiday weekend when I had my daughter Esme. I was about, I'm going out, but then I don't go out because I have to mind my child. It went viral, and I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I'm not going to post any more fitness videos. And then that was the last time I ever posted a fitness video. And then I've just done...
What, so you've literally done no fitness videos?
And sometimes I get ads and they're like, Paul, can you do fit? And I'm like, no, but I can take the piss. And then I'll take the piss out of fitness. because it's
I'll take the piss out of it.
yeah, like, you know, it's kind of that way. It's just I don't want to. I like having a laugh. I like now. I call it work. But after I edit a video, if I start laughing at the video, I'm like, I'm posting that. And then I post it. And then other people just started laughing as well. So it was kind of, I always did this thing where if I laugh, if I like it, I'm posting it. If I like it, that means the people that are here from since, oh, but to start off, sorry, so God, I've just skipped everything. I was on 5,000 followers on Instagram, and my mate Bradley Simmons, he's also a fitness influencer.
Yeah, I know Bradley.
Yeah, he was making us take off our tops and do workouts and stuff like that. So I went up to around 20k doing that. But then I done something called Pigeon Wars. So
this is what I was going to say to you about.
Sorry, I totally forgot about it. I was going the whole way. But that's what made me start social media. That was your question. But the main thing that jumped my whole social media was Pigeon Wars. It's fucking...
Break down Pigeon Wars for us.
Yeah, so basically... pigeons used to shit on my car, where I used to, the house that I lived in at the time, it was parked under a massive tree, and the pigeons would just shit all over my car, and it was fucking annoying. But then in the back of my house, there's like fucking around 70 pigeons on the top, like around 4 stories high, just sitting there. So I used to get water balloons and throw them at the pigeons, and like, you know, like try and get super soaker. So yeah, so then I got like 50,000 followers of just geezers going, mate, and then I'd be walking down the street and somebody go, did you get them pigeons? And I'd be like, what? Yeah, and then Pigeon Wars, mate. It's just geezers like driving around the car, Pigeon Wars. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, so it was Pigeon Wars at the start. Don't worry, people, no pigeons died. It was just there for the banter of it all. I throw it at the pigeons and the water burst and all the pigeons would fly away. But it was like Call of Duty, you know, like I kind of, if Call of Duty, you know, like I'd film the whole getting the water balloons ready and stuff like that.
Like you were locking and loading.
Yeah, locking and loading all of them. And then I had, so yeah, I went up to around 70,000 from there. And then I had 2 fish.
Oh my God.
Henge Paul. And I used to call it, because I was on the Maximo tub, it's the Cyclone tub. And I used to say Cyclone Gang, and I had like a bunch of geezers that were buying Cyclone, and we called ourselves the Cyclone Gang because we took Maximus to Cyclone. Anyway, it was messing though, not serious, but as you can tell, there's nothing really serious about my life except for my children. But then I was getting protein, and I was feeding one of the goldfish, and one of them, black one, not the white one, was getting really henge, so I called him Henge Paul, and people were like, people would repost that, and yeah, and then I think I went up to like 100k from Pigeon Wars and
feeding the goldfish Maximus.
Fish. Yeah, so the core of my social media is just a bunch of geezers that are exactly like me. Do you know, that just want to have a laugh,
just have
not too serious. So that's why if anybody's ever soft on my profile, I go, get off me page, you soft cock, or I go, fuck off, I didn't ask you to be here, and then they'll jump in. Then usually they'll all jump in and go, what do you fucking do? You know what I mean? I'm like, great. Send them to the wolves kind of thing.
Have you noticed how people like to announce their exit on your posts?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? It's just weird. Go. My mate flew to LA and bought Adrian in Melbourne. He bought like one of these Zagondas.
Okay.
Brand new Pierre, I can't think what they're
called. Zonda, the car.
The one that Pierre Garni Zondas or whatever.
Pagani.
Yeah, Pagani's, that's it, yeah, right.
Zonda.
He went over to America, he's just bought one, right? He's just announced on social media he's just bought one. He's worked fucking hard all his life. And he's got a giveaway company which does these like little giveaways.
Amazing.
And someone's gone on the post pool, right? And they've gone, on his brand new car post and wrote something along the lines of, your giveaway competitions are really leaving a lot to be desired, so I'm leaving. Like, this geezer was a pilot, bro. So he's on about 600k a year as a pilot. He's a top pilot for a top airline. I wrote, Stephen, this isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Do you know what I mean? Like,
very good.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
very good.
Like, I'm like, mate what a soft man.
Mate, it's a soft world we live in. I think the departures from Instagram is just people need to speak. People have a voice, and they just need to speak how they feel. I always do what I do say to people. I do purges on my Instagram all the time, where I do a 25, like it's like a, you know, The Purge, the film.
Yeah.
I start that siren and I basically tell anybody that doesn't want to be here to fuck off. I'm like, if you don't want to be here, please leave now.
So what makes you do this?
I've been doing them since I've probably done around 100 of them. I've been doing it since the start, because after the 100k of geezers, then different people are coming on, and then they might post, "Oh, I don't like that what you did here," and I'll be like, "I didn't ask you to be here." You know what I mean? That's the thing about social media. It's very easy. If you don't want to see something,
just unfollow
it, or just, you know what I mean. And I don't go on your, like, I'm not going on your page and fucking saying, "Oh, I don't like you posting that." You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't like it, just
Stephanie, I don't like that dress.
You know what I mean? Steph, that dress is shit. You know what I mean? It's such an easy app that you just don't. You know what I mean? So I think, why I do purges and I do them all the time is because sometimes somebody else say something. Like if me and Darren post the same video, comments on his compared to mine, because he has a load of soft cocks on his.
Yeah.
And I don't have that many on mine because I purge it. So me and Darren, and people will be like, "Oh, Darren, I can't believe you said that." But then on mine, it's just laughter. And that's because, like, I could be on 800,000 followers right now, but if I was a bit softer, but I do these purges and I lose around 3,000.
So how do you do a purge?
I just go on my stories and I'll go, "Here, if anybody doesn't want to be here, fuck off," and then I'll start the purges here, and then I do like 3 story frames where it's like, the annual purge has just started, and I'm like, "This is the Black Zeus community, if you don't want to be here, fuck off," kind of thing, and then people just start dropping off. But the thing is, it's great because those are the people you don't want. Those are the people that are watching to see. You know what I mean? Or to draw, you know what I mean? You don't want them, and you're like, "Get the fuck, fuck off."
It ruins your engagement anyway, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, mate.
Because they're just there to see you, and then they'll drop one snaky comment every month.
Yeah.
It's just not really.
I don't mind it, but I think the best thing to do is, like, I always say, it's like a neutron star. Like, I don't want the sun. I want like a ball of perfection, like, you know, a ball of buzzers, not all these extra. The number doesn't matter to me. It's just, it's the people inside the number.
Do you reckon? I mean, even though social media is your job now, and you've built it into a job, and obviously you making funny content online pays you, and brands work with you now, and all that stuff's going on. Do you actually like social media in the essence of the way it's gone, or you know, would you?
I love what it can do. I love that I can laugh at like memes, and I think people just need to sort out their social media so it is in their favor to make them happy. So like my social media, I don't follow anybody that doesn't make me smile. I have best mates that I don't follow because I don't like the shit they're posting, or if they're posting about politics, I don't want to fucking know that shit. Do you know what I mean? So I just get rid of it. So then when I open my phone, it's memes. It's just laughter. Do you know what I mean? So
you're filling your soul, filling your cup with what you want to actually view.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's I think with social media, it's kind of what do you want to view. I just want to laugh every day. If somebody wants, like, you know what I mean? If I can get up and laugh and my phone helps me laugh, then it's all right. It is a lot though. It is a lot, but I'm okay with it. And I need all of you to stay on it, because then I'll have no more money. But yeah, it's just I don't know. What do you think of social media? Right?
Do you know what? It's different because I'm in a different game to you. My content is like business mindset, personal development content. Obviously, you're having people like yourself on, which are, you know, a bit something. You're a bit more funny. Obviously, a lot more funny than the average entrepreneur that I'll have on. But it's like, it's different for me. I'm a different kind of audience, I suppose, because it's educational content. You're going to get less of a following, and it's going to be a lot slower than funny content.
Yeah, okay.
So like, it's just hard. It's just a harder game. I think it's a lot easier if you've got easily shareable content that makes people laugh. People don't always go on Instagram wanting to learn like the top 5 tips to grow your brand. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like, there's less of those people than there are of people that want to go watch Paul's Pigeon Wars. Like Paul's Pigeon Wars, that's internationally fucking.
And it's quick.
It's quick, mate. It's quick, and you make real fast content. Like you and Darren, you will see some girls in Bali doing some crazy shit, and you'll just literally put your own spin on it. I think that's the beauty of what you've got, because you can almost. You don't even have to think. I know you have to think of ideas of how to parody it, but you can literally grab other people's stupidity
and make it our own.
And make it your own.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
So it's like and there's so much stupidity. It's like
So much.
it's easier, I think, to curate on your side of the fence than it is mine. But nevertheless, I respect the volume of content that you guys produce and the way that you edit videos and the way that the real trick that you. Not trick, but it's very obvious to me that you guys do is the way that you leave open loops. And, and I've been reading that book about YouTube.
Oh yeah, the YouTube formula.
Yeah, bro, blew my mind, man.
Wonderful, isn't it? Just learning stuff from that. The algorithms, the AIs and stuff like that.
Guys, quick one for you. If you're getting value from this content and you're loving what's been put down so far, drop a like on this video, drop a comment on it, and share it across social media for me. Break down how you make a viral video. Like, I know you don't know every video is going viral, but you obviously know by now. You know the go. Like, break down for me how that works for you, so that my audience can understand how you structure a video so that it can give it its best opportunity of going viral.
To go viral. So yeah, it matters what platform. TikTok, Instagram. Instagram's like 5 seconds. TikTok's like 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds to keep somebody's eyes on it, and then you've got to either bring energy. I always say when I'm editing videos, like if I do after 3 seconds, I have to bring energy to the video. So if that's by doing something in the video, if that's by using editing to, people might not even notice this, and this is the beautiful thing. There's something called the Ken Burns. You know Ken Burns, when the video just starts coming in towards you?
Yeah.
So we'll keyframe and we'll start moving the video in. So the energy's coming in the video, but people won't know.
So it's like so from the outside, it's like when they're looking at the phone like this, and if you should be watching this on YouTube 100%. If you're not, make sure you are, and make sure you're subscribed. But like if you're looking at the phone in front of you like this, it's like when you start drawing that frame in, their head starts doing this, and when a human's head psychologically starts moving towards the screen, you've got them invested.
That's it. And then it's like about like shutting it down and keeping open loops if you can. So like if somebody's punching this way at the start of the scene, can you finish with him punching this way at the end of the scene? So then it'll just run through. Yeah,
so you can get people to watch that video 3 times,
and they'll think they'll be like, oh shit. And as well, if the video is only 10-15 seconds, they will watch it 3 times. If your video's 45 seconds, you're only getting it once. Sometimes at the start, when I was making videos and editing videos, I'm a purist. I love sound sync and I love continuity. I make sure like everything's beautiful. But then lately, when I've been editing videos, I'm like, it's too long. We've got to cut that bit out, because I know the mind of people these days. They're not ready to. They need that fast. They need a fast kick. So I've got to take out. Sometimes I feel like crying. Like I'm taking bits out that I don't want to take out. But then there'll be other skits where I'm like, you know what, this one's for me, and this one's for me. I'm not changing anything. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Ewan's my videographer, my social media manager. So, but yeah, it's just like that. But to viral, 15 seconds, 3 seconds, you better have something that keeps them. If you could even say, let's say it was a fitness video, and I go, you don't know anything about fat, or this is how you burn fat. You know, it's just that little clip at the start that keeps people. Then people be like, or how to make muscle, how to turn fat into muscle. Do you know what I mean? Just something stupid that'll keep people. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you have like a 3 second way to get that hit. As soon as you get that hit, then the other, it's about whatever you do with the other bit of content. But yeah.
For people out there with like brands and trying to get engagement on their page and stuff like that, what are like the top tools that they can't have the videographer now? And obviously you started editing on your own. What kind of is it? Like Video Leap?
Video Leap is great for the phone, isn't it? I have Premiere Pro and I use Final Cut Pro now with my editor as well. But Video Leap is brilliant. You can do everything on it. You know what I mean? So I always say Video Leap, get sound, I know people don't have the cameras, but it's always good to get a little bit of a DSLR. Yeah.
I mean, Smith's came. I had 3 DSLRs, right, and then I got annoyed because it was so bulky. So this is why I'm shooting this all on iPhones, just because it's easier for this European tour that I'm on. But Smith said to me the other day, he's like, mate, just get a DSLR.
I'll say it to you here. Remember earlier, if you want to pause this bit.
No, go for it.
earlier talking about Austin and the fella that's in Austin.
Yeah.
What makes his video so beautiful?
Yeah, well, yeah, 100%. His cameras are...
Lighting, the cameras, all that stuff. And it's those little things that sets it apart.
Sets it apart, yeah.
Sets it apart.
Yeah.
It's those little things.
Yeah.
I've noticed sound is fucking... Sorry.
Sound
is absolutely... There we go. Sorry. Sound is absolutely mega. It's like a mega part of it, but it's... As well, lighting. Like, I came in here and you've got the lighting set up and all, but it matters. All of that matters.
This is like the bare minimum I need for a travelling studio to be able to, you know, look how much luggage I've got, mate. And I'm going back to Australia with that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's a nightmare going through the airports in a minute. but it's essentially like people can create content with the bare minimum. They can just start on their phone with Video Leap and stuff like that. And I just think that some of the books, like obviously you've read, is that one with the YouTube formula.
Yeah.
What other books have you read about video editing and content editing and hooks to get you?
With books and all, I'm usually fucking on self-help books, Jim Rohn and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I love a bit of that stuff. But with editing, I do courses. I do like, you know, editing course. And I just learn how to use Premiere Pro perfectly or Final Cut Pro, because then I know, and then in my head I know what I want. But then I listen to, like, I have what's it called, Masterclass. There's something called Masterclass, and I'm learning from what's his name, James Cameron, Spike Lee, on how to be a director. So then I'll see little bits that I can use. Or there's a scene so this is what I always do. There's a scene in Terminator, and I do it in my skits all the time. Or, you know what I mean? Or Usual Suspects, great film. I'll do a skit and I'll remember the Kaiser Soze walk, and I remember how beautiful that is visually, and I'll make sure I get that in my skit. And I know I'm only filming it for Instagram, but the thing I do love about my Instagram is there's a bunch of videographers, there's a bunch of purists on my Instagram and they see it. And that's when I'm like, sometimes I'm like, it's when the purists see it, and I'm like, boom, and they understand it, and they'll comment, and I'm like, fucking yes.
You see, when I watch your videos, I'm always looking at how you're structuring and breaking them down, and how you're keeping that attention throughout the video, and I look at how you break down, like how many frames or how many segments you're doing.
The frames I take. I always say, if somebody could film me in my video, me and my editor, they'd think I'm crazy. I'll take out one frame, like we'll have it to like milliseconds, and I'll be taking out one frame, and I'll ask him to play 5 seconds back and see if the jump was too much, and we'll take out 2 frames, and then we'll sync the sound by like taking detaching the sound and running it through, and then dissolving the sound, and we will be just to go from one clip and they don't.
This is why I want you on, because people don't know how much effort it takes to make those videos.
Massive.
In terms of volume, how many videos are you looking to make? Like for you at the end of a week to be happy, how many kind of funny videos are you looking to create? Yeah,
so at the start, I go for 6. But then I try and post every 2 days, 3 days to leave a bit of a gap, so then I could use another one and stuff like that. Or like, let's say I'm here now, I have a video, like there's a video ready that I can use.
So you're not even posting every day?
No, I don't post every day. Not on Instagram. On TikTok though, TikTok is a different animal altogether. I'm reloading videos. Instagram, I kind of, because I've grown it, and those are for last 4 years probably. I kind of don't want to use old content on them, because they've been, you know what I mean? They've been there from the start. Why would I repost them and give them something new? So every 2-3 days I try and do one. If I have an ad, I'll put the ad in between. So I'll do a day of mine. If I have an ad, I'll put it in. Then a day of mine again. But it's every 2 or 3 days I go like that. But yeah, it's all right. It's hard to get, but with TikTok I just churn, because James sent me a message. He was on 250k. I was on like 450k on TikTok, and he went, "I'll race you to 1 million." And he just started posting 3 things a day. Just went straight up. And then I'd post the same video on TikTok, and then I'd post the same video again with different music, and I'd watch one of my videos go. I'm like, I've just posted the same video twice. It's like TikTok is just, I don't know what sort of algorithm it is, but I just don't understand how it works.
It's a different beast.
It is just crazy, and that it's just a churn rate. I feel like that's just so I just churn them out over there.
I think eventually it's not going to matter about followers, because I think we're in this algorithm shift, especially with Instagram as well, where they're shifting towards interests.
Yeah,
you know, everything's going towards interest based. So it's like, even if you got 0 following, but
you could still have a banging video.
You can still have a banging video. Yeah,
that's what I think they've done that with TikTok, didn't they? They're trying to. I think Instagram trying to copy the TikTok algorithm where anybody can go viral. Do you know what I mean? Which is a beautiful thing. I think.
Which is beautiful on one side of things, but what they've done in order to make that happen is take all these people that have built these, even like James, who's built this big following, and Darren, and all these people,
right? They've cut us down.
Your reach has gone down massive. How much your reach dropped?
I think they've brought me back up. But my reach went. I'd say
30-40% or
more. I'd say around 50%. It went down for the last month or so, but now it's picking back up again.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as it used to be. I used to always say there was like I could get to 50,000 views in 10 minutes. That's where it was back in and now it's not there. And that's when I know it's a good video. If I do have 50, but now I can't even in 10 minutes. And now I'm looking at videos and I'm like 50k and it's an hour. And I'm like, what's going? Do you know what's going on? But do you know it's? But I have to say, if there's a new algorithm, then I just have to do better content.
Yeah,
people like to complain about TikToks but if that's it, just make better shit.
You just got to make better shit and create better stuff that you want. And also, you're not really got to create it for the algorithm. You got to keep creating it for you. What makes you laugh, because that's what works.
Exactly.
That's the formula in it. Like, if you like it, have you ever got caught in the thing where you started to create content for other people?
Yes, so never. I think that's why I can get up every morning with a big smile on my face and do it. And I'd probably be able to do it forever. It's because I enjoy it so much. I know people tag me and stuff, so I get tagged in around 100 videos a day. I'd say 100 videos a day of people doing stupid shit online. So I can see which one I think is hilarious, and then I'll just use that. But I'd never. It's not like I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it because I think it's hilarious, and then I'll fucking laugh my head off, and that's kind of, you know what I mean. But it's always kind of for me. I think it was lockdown, when we were in lockdown. I was like, what should I do? And I started taking a piss out of shitty workouts.
Yeah. Because everyone's doing these workouts.
Yeah, shitty home workouts. Yeah, home workouts. And I remember every day I got up and I got to fucking don a wig if I was slagging off a blonde girl, or, you know what I mean? I'd wear whatever I needed to, Amazon Prime it to my house. And
you got some outfits, I swear,
got some mad outfits and wigs. But because of that, it was like every day I was laughing. I was waking up, I was like, okay, what am I doing today? If I had my kid, so I'm a co-parent, so I have 50% with my youngest daughter. So if I have my kid, I'd do nothing. But then when I didn't have my kid, I was like, okay, Paul, these are the ones that you're tagged in. Make a video. I'd make videos. I'd be laughing all day today. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of...
Yeah, it's like therapy.
That's it. Now I wake up every morning, I do it, and I get jobs from it as well. So it's kind of... It's weird. It's weird. I do... Me and videographer, once I was doing an ad for Dr. Squatch. It's a soap company, an American soap brand, and I was doing a shower scene singing Backstreet Boys. And my videographer looked at me and, what are we doing? I was like, I cannot believe we're getting paid for this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we are just having fun. This is what we like, you know what I mean? And it's just... Are
you employing that guy full time?
Yeah. I got him on full time. He's brilliant. I'm going to try and get somebody else as well. I'm going to try and get...
So you're actually now building a company on the back of...
Out the back of fucking wearing wigs, bro.
Yeah.
It's mad,
isn't it?
It's amazing.
Because obviously you've body doubled Anthony
Yeah.
Joshua. You've you've worked with The Rock.
Yeah. Joshua, Balotelli, Usain Bolt.
So how did all these jobs come into your life?
When I was playing football still, Balotelli was just signed for Man City. I think it was like 2010 or something like that. And I was playing semi-pro conference football. And I got a message off a company called Sports on Screen asking what height and weight I am. I was like, okay, 6'3", 92 kilo. Balotelli was 6'3", and 89 kilo. And they were like, okay, we've got a job. We need you to stand in for Mario. So then what happens is, people don't know, you won't have an athlete on a shoot. You won't have an athlete for the whole day. You know what I mean? You'll have them for 2-hour slots.
Yeah.
With Ronaldo, he's there for like 19 minutes sometimes. Like like crazy. So they will get me in for 3 days or 2 days, and they'll get all the lighting off me, all the positioning. I'll kick the ball so the photographer can get how he wants the ball. Then Balotelli will come in and he'll do it. He'll do the exact same thing I do. So then he'll come in and I go, so, hi Mario, how are you getting on? So in this scene you're going to do this. And then he'll do exactly what I show him to do. And I was doing that for a while, which was pretty bloody cool. But then in some adverts with Mario especially, they just use my clips because he might not have done it or something like that. So sometimes it's me, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's me. I'll be watching something on the TV, like an advert on the TV, Puma. I'm like, that's fucking me. Do you know what I mean? But but it's pretty cool.
He's got his head on it.
Yeah, I've just got to get the same haircut as him, so they'll just use me from the back or something like that. Yeah. And then it was pretty cool. And I did that with him for so long that he's the man. I have a lot of time for Mario. And then I did Usain Bolt. I think that's just because I was.
He had a hard life, Mario. Yeah. Like in terms of like the abuse he used to take, even playing for the Italian national team, and how racist they were towards him. So.
I went to AC versus Inter with him. I went over to see him in Italy, and he took us to an Inter match, and we were all sitting there with all the families. And I think he just signed for AC Milan again. He used to play for Inter. All the Inter fans, fucking monkey chanting. And I was sitting there, like, and I'm talking, it's fucking
the whole stadium.
Just a fucking lot, 10,000 people just facing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this doesn't feel too nice. And it was just for him, but I was there too, so it's me as well, you know. Yeah. And it didn't feel too nice. I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? And we left that game early. And we just left. But I was like, that is just horrible.
Imagine taking that in your mental health every day.
And having to play.
Yeah. Because obviously he was adopted by a white family, wasn't he? And I think so. And correct me if I'm wrong. And then, because I don't know where he's from originally. But Ghana, yeah. And obviously that was the Balotelli family adopted him and took him in. And he was a good football player. But when you used to see some of the reactions that he had on the pitch as a player, you could understand the reactions to some things because he'd obviously been through a hell of a lot. I used to always watch how he'd react, and he'd sometimes go over the top. But I just think that's a byproduct of everything he'd faced ever since he was a kid. Yeah,
but the thing is, when people do say stuff like that, I always put it this way, like, he was given 50% of his wages to, like, kids in Africa and the favelas in Brazil. Like, you go into a place, like we go into a petrol station and he pay for everybody's petrol in the petrol station, like a ghost. And a restaurant pay for everybody's restaurant. You know, he's just he's an absolute gent. Yeah. And I feel like people that only see that side, they wouldn't see the absolute legend.
Hell of a player too.
Baller. Player. You used to, like, I'm a Liverpool supporter, so when he signed for Liverpool, he'd bring me to Melwood and watch him train, and the fella is an absolute baller. It was him, Coutinho and Gerrard were just, I was like, Mario, what's the story, you know? He's an absolute baller.
What's it like working with The Rock?
Yeah, you know, he didn't fail me. You know, when you meet your heroes, because I've The Rock since I was a kid, you know what I mean? I've rock bottomed people in people's elbows since I was like six years old. So yeah, he was an absolute hero. So when I met him, I was like, hi, sorry. So we did Hobbs and Shaw, that film. I just remember I seen
the one my brother Jason was in.
Yeah, I was there. You Statham. You do a bit of Statham in you, I must say. But I seen him. I was like, okay, mate. I was like, look.
They asked me to stunt double Statham, but I said I couldn't because you were there. I said, can't do it.
Oh yeah, it's a bald thing, man. It's a bald thing.
Yeah.
But The Rock is just absolute ledge. I was like, that's it. They were like, no phones on set. If you get your phones on set, you're gonna get kicked off the film. Nobody bring phones. I brought my fucking phone. I was like, there's no way I'm going to see the Rock and that. And he was being so nice, you know what I mean? I was like, you know what? I was like, look, I'd never asked this, but can I get a photo? Because you were my hero growing up. And he goes, yeah, no problem, bro, no problem. We got the photos. The security then grabbed my phone, tried to grab my phone. And they were like, delete them photos. I was like, no. And they're like, delete them photos. And they tried to kick me off set. And I was like, okay, I left the set. And they were like, yeah, I think I had 2 more days filming. They're like, don't bother coming back.
Serious?
Yeah, I didn't care. I got my phone. So I got my phone with the Rock.
So you lost your job because you took a photo with the Rock?
Yeah, but I said, fucking, what do you get as an extra? You don't get paid well as an extra. I think I got £200 for the day. I think even because what was I going to do? Be a stunt man. There's so many things I tried to do. I was going to get my stunt license and go into film, and you have to do 70 days of being an extra. So yeah, that was just another day being an extra. Do you know, like, you do a whole day as an extra and get 70 quid at the end of it. It's an absolute joke. Yeah, full
and it's
day.
all that waiting around as
waiting
well.
around, sitting there, people chatting about other films they were in. You see that stormtrooper there with the fucking hat? That was me. So fucking what? That's all it was. Oh, and then people meet you. Oh yeah, I remember you. You were on. I'm like, fucking hell. Did around 13 days. I was like, no, fuck being a stunt man. I'm out of here. Yeah, I can't do any more of this shit.
You do meet a lot of those people in life that love to tell you who they know, don't you?
Oh man,
yeah, those people.
It's horrendous. Those people. I try.
Those people like name dropping all the time.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a few here this weekend.
Yeah, is that me? Is it?
Not you. Yeah. Not you. You arrived late. Why did you arrive late?
I had my kid.
Oh, yeah. So I'll let you off.
No, yeah, I could have put her in with childcare Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I was like, no, I'd rather at least she has a.
You idolise your children. I love that.
My children, they come before everything. Yeah. So it's kind of weird, like, you know.
You are a fun dad, aren't you? Like,
I love it. I fucking love. I love slagging off my kids, and the thing is, they do it to me. My youngest 4, she's got banter. My 12-year-old. 13 soon, she's killing me, you know, like, she'll slag me off, she's quick, and I love it, you know. It's just like slagging off your kids, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just just brilliant.
But you're proud because you've always been in their life and you've always helped them get on.
Yeah, I think with my 12-year-old, when I had her, I split up, she went up north, so I didn't have her for a while, and I think I was probably, it was the mum, then the grandparents, then me. Do you know what I mean? In the pecking order, and that killed me. You know, and then I get her every other weekend, and it killed me. Now we're amazing. When I had this one, and I was like, you know what? There's not a chance. I got 50-50. I was like, I just want to be
a dad.
I want to be a proper dad, like, you know, fucking. And yeah, now I get to be, and I just take pride in it. I fucking love it. You know?
It's hard, isn't it, when you break up with a woman as a man, because obviously the mother gets first rights on the child, and you haven't really got much of a chance to fight it on this side. This
is the one though. I'll fight this one to the death. Like, if it ever, I'd just court up and I'd go for the whole full custody. I'd be a stay-at-home dad. No, like, well, not stay-at-home. I'd be a single dad if I could. Like, if it comes to that. If it comes out, I love that. Me and the mother, it's a great relationship with the both of them. So it's beautiful. My daughter sees a mum, sees a dad, sees a mum, sees a dad, and she loves it, you know, and we're not fighting in front of her and stuff like that. So it's absolutely beautiful. That's
the most important thing, isn't it, when you're trying to set an example, is not to fight in front of the children.
Exactly. So yeah, and I get along with them. I get along with the mother, so everything's absolutely cushy. And yeah, and my daughter's just flourishing, so it's great. It's great.
No, honestly, mate, I see it. It's beautiful when you see it, because they're always just having a laugh with them, and it's just that's just nice that you can see that. In regards to like you and growing this company, are you looking now to build on the back of building this social presence and all the clips and stuff like that, are you looking to build that you into a media company now, similar to what The Rock did with like $8 or whatever he calls his company? Are you looking to build something similar?
Yeah. So basically, I don't know what it is right now. It was like a Mega Productions, and I was like, what would I do? What is the next goal? Why I was going to get somebody else is just to film YouTube. So to try and get that going, so then revenue comes in nicely. It's like Facebook. One of my videos went viral in America, and I got paid like $2,000 for the video. And I was like, what's going on here? Because people get monetized for doing reels in America. I didn't know that. They can get paid for them, and we're not getting them in the UK. And I was like, what's going on?
Are you not getting them in the UK? So I know some big creators in Australia that out of Facebook earn millions and millions and millions of dollars on through Facebook Watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's mad money. I'd say the best paying ones are Facebook Watch and YouTube.
Yeah,
like in terms of like, but YouTube's a beast, man.
This is what I mean. So that's why now I'm just thinking, even if I get a new intern and I pay him all the money I'm making from revenue from that until I make more revenue, then I'm not really losing. He's just returning. You know what I mean? So
I think people like yourself that have smashed short form content. Once you're making the kind of money that you're making and other creators, top creators in the industry are making on short form, I think you have to invest in creating long form content at scale, highly produced for YouTube, because that's going to give you another lease of life.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you've got that residual revenue, because those videos, you can post a video on YouTube. We could post this today and it might get like 5,000 views, and then like you might do something in 12 months time on a world level, and then someone types in Olima, and then this comes up, and then it might get 50,000 views on it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's mad.
It's amazing.
It's mad.
It's bloody amazing.
And what people, obviously, you've read the book, The YouTube Formula, and I'm nearly halfway through it. And what people don't realize is the long tail effect of a YouTube video. Yeah. It's searchable. It's searchable. You can rank a YouTube video in Google faster than you can rank anything else. Because it's relevant, right? And they want videos in the search. Well, you're not going to rank a TikTok video.
That's what I'm saying. Once it's done, it's done.
It's done, yeah. It's just done. So there's so many creators out there putting so much effort into short form content to grow this TikTok following, to grow this Instagram following, to grow all this stuff. But it's not long tail enough, and there's no substance in it. I think that's when you set up your production company.
Just use something along the lines.
I see you, from what I've seen on social media, obviously I only met you a couple of days, but what I've seen of you on social media, I see you as I think your passion is directing content. Yeah,
I'd love that so much more. I think that's why I do all them courses. Yeah. I don't really need to be in it. I just want to make sure it runs perfectly.
Yeah, because you seem like the type of guy that's got 50 ideas in his notes, in his phone.
Weird,
like, and you might not even be the best person to act that video out. Do you know what I mean? It might not always need the Nigerian Irishman.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. It might need a James Smith. It might need someone else. And I just think I could just see you creating a company where you go and look after all these top people, and you're the creative director of it, kind of thing.
It's kind of. It's amazing when you hear and say it, but it's kind of, how do you put that into play? I always have a way. I'm always thinking like, what is next then? I can't go and sign someone under me. You know what I mean? Yet, but like it's kind of, how do I put?
I suppose the way I'd see it running from a business standpoint of view is that you've got all these connects, all these top influencers, and you know that they need content, right? So that's guaranteed. You have the idea and the creative direction. You frame it. You create the storyboard for it.
Okay,
and you've got the location. You'll film it. You'll create it. All you take is a revenue split of what the video does.
Fucking hell! I need to come on this more often, mate.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's the way I see your career going, because that to me is doing what you love, but then also actioning it into other. Because every creator that you work with, they all need the content, but you've probably got the best ideas.
Okay, I get you. I know, I totally get you.
And that is your true skill. The true skill that you have is not just creating the video, but the truest skill above that is your vision for how the video is going to be put together. And when I've watched it, I've seen you. I see you in the background, and you're moving things about because the set's not right.
Okay, yeah.
And other people don't have that attention to detail. That's you, bro.
I might look into that. Yeah, You've gassed me up a bit here, Frank.
No, mate. I just riffing. That's what I think. I like to try and add a little bit of value where I can for a ball geezer.
Mate. You know what I mean? It's not bad being bold. Though.
But if you could give some people out there some advice and guidance and wisdom in terms of like how they can, even get to doing what they're passionate about, like the way that you've found it, what kind of advice would you give them?
Just it's always the second job, isn't it? It's do whatever you need to do, but then always have something on the side that you love to do. And if it is squashing cans, I'm saying this because there's a can of Monster Energy on the floor, but I could squash that. I think I could make a TikTok account with 1 million followers squashing a can, because you'll find your tribe. I think the biggest thing where people don't understand is there's a tribe for everything. If it is, people enjoy seeing cans being squashed.
You could squash them in different locations.
And people might think it's weird, but then you'll find your tribe, and then they will start enjoying seeing you smashing a can every day. So it can be anything, whatever you love doing. Do it. Find a way. If we are talking about social media, man, this now is the time that you can go viral for absolutely anything, and people can find you and smash the can to music. When the drop of the song comes on, you smash the can. You know what I mean? Like, you can make it. Yeah. You can make, like just everything. Sorry, I just sent a can. Anything though, like screeching a blackboard. Sorry, just a blackboard in front of me. Just anything that you enjoy doing. You can make it into a business. You can make money from it. You just have to start doing the content. So do it.
And I think the key thing you said there is like enjoyment.
Mate, enjoy it. Be yourself. 100%.
Enjoy it and be yourself and just give it everything you can give.
Yeah, because you'll find your tribe. I always say there's a tribe out there for everybody. Like, no matter what it is. If you think you're the only person that picks your arse and sniffs it, I'm just saying that's not me, okay? But if you think you're the only person that does that, there's probably loads of people that do that. When you start saying that, I pick my arse and sniff it, people are going to be like, you're weird. But there's a tribe that do the exact same thing and really enjoy it. Yeah. And they'll find you.
And all women fart, so if you can find that niche,
exactly.
just launch yourself into it, girls.
That's it, man. Just go for it. Yeah.
Just go for it. That, my friends, is Paul Olima. And mate, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on, man.
No, it's
really,
my honor, man.
Top, man. Guys, do me a favor. Share this on social media. Drop a review on Apple. Drop a review, a star rating on Spotify. Give us a comment on YouTube. Drop me and Olima a message. Let us know what value you got out of this podcast. I am blessed to have found something in life that I love to do.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think Paul's the same. So just want to send you much love. Stay safe. Peace out.
Guys, do me a solid favor. Drop a comment below this video and let us know who you want on the podcast next.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Frankie Lee Podcast.